Hey everyone, Steve here. I'm trying out my new selfie stick. And I ditched the selfie stick. Steve the Amateur Historian. Hey everyone, Steve here. I'm trying out my new selfie stick, which I spent $4 on at Walmart, so I'm not expecting a long-term relationship there. And I'm walking through the Albina district today, primarily because I want to show you the location where the Hill block used to be, which was probably one of the most prominent buildings in this area. But I can't go through Albina without first taking a look at some of my more favorite locations in the area. Starting with this old building back here. This here is the Acme Mills building, at least that's what it used to be. It was built as an expansion building for a cereal conglomerate, Acme, and I just love how beat up and awesome it is, and there's just a series of buildings down here. And of course there's a train coming by, which is very pertinent. And for those of you who love Batman, this building is the Gotham Building. Now, the Smithson block here is a pretty iconic building, but what I want to see is right around the corner from it. But yeah, here's the place. I love this building. I mean, it's friggin', you know, the windows are gone. It's just scattered with old ghost signs. Yeah, it looks like, you know, I don't really know, like here's a window. This looks kind of like it may have been a bar right here or something. You got a garage door. You know, all this moss on the walls. You got probably more windows here that were torn out. And then here is where the front door would have been. Look at that. Another ghost sign right here. I'm assuming the original store sign was right here. But yeah, look at the window arching of the windows. All the windows are gone. They've obviously been knocked out. You know, and this looks like, you know, this is where a truck would have backed in to deliver supplies of some kind. The place is obviously, you know, if not abandoned, it's, you know, completely closed and boarded up and not being used for anything right now. So it'd be real interesting to see somebody do something with it, especially since down here on the main drag, they've taken so many of these old buildings and made them into, you know, new businesses, found new uses for them. So I'm walking through the primary hub of what is pretty much the remains of Albina as it originally was. The old streetcar line actually came down Russell Street right here, so of course this is where the big hub of commerce was. And you know how I love those dilapidated buildings. Well, this joint over here is one of my favorites. Talk about completely falling the fuck apart. And this is the side view down this little alley of the side of the building, and it looks like it caught fire at one time. I love coming and visiting that place. Anytime I'm in the area, I have to come down and look at that. And I like this building too because it's clearly not being used, but at the same time the windows are kind of wide open. I'm going to see if I can actually get a look inside there again. Yep, no public admittance. It's but yeah, look in there. Bunch of lights, just a bunch of stuff stored in here. Oh man, old mail slot on the side of the door. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's just, yeah, you can see clear to the back. There's just a big room. This is, I think, a general store or something at one time. This was just a big store space and probably apartments or something upstairs. Here's another cool kind of rounded window and some more potential viewing into the building. Yeah, you can see more kind of the front part of the building, the old brick inside. There's a staircase way back there that you probably can't quite make out. I'll try to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you can see the railing just barely, but yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, so you can see more of the front part of the building here. So we're now approaching the grounds for the Legacy Emmanuel Hospital. Huh, it's interesting. Yeah, the hospital's just over the hill over there. And that's the main focus of this video today, is I'm gonna take us to a location up here where the Hill Block once stood, which was probably one of the most prominent structures, if not the most prominent structure in the whole Albina district, that dates back long before my time. The building was known for this really awesome kind of rounded frontal corner structure with a dome on top. And then, you know, the building stretched down the street each way. And it was built and named after Albina's first mayor, whose last name was Hill. And, you know, it held all sorts of different stores. The main place on the corner was, I think, a drugstore for almost the whole time the place was in existence. And then in the 60s, the hospital over there wanted to buy up all this land to make like a health area. I'm not really 100% sure what it was, but it sounds like they wanted to make probably some kind of a nature zone or some place where people who were going through a hard time and in the hospital and having to deal with serious illnesses, conditions, broken limbs, what have you, would have like a calm, natural, healthy area to be in. So they got the property where Hill Block was, and Hill Block was completely destroyed in the late 60s, I believe. What really sucks is the hospital actually ran out of money and couldn't make their health zone. So pretty much they destroyed one of the most recognizable structures in this whole neighborhood for nothing. And on that solemn note, here we are. This vacant grassy field, and it's been vacant since the Hill Block was destroyed. This grassy field across the street here is where Hill Block was located. And if you look at this picture, that stretch where the building goes down the road towards the left side of the photograph, this stretch of ground all along here is where that stretch of building stood. So I'm now approaching the corner of Russell Street and Williams Avenue, where the Hill Block was located. And right here would have been where the corner of the building was. So literally, you go back 50 years, if I had this camera with me and went like this, you'd see the kind of outpost building and the dome directly up there towards that tree. But it's not here. So I'm so mad, like all these great things are gone. I want to see that dome, I want to see that building, I want to see the dome. And I'm never gonna get to see it because it got destroyed, right? Well, maybe not. I was taking the Max home a couple of weeks ago and just kind of let my eyes wander out the window when, and that's it, that's the end of the story. I was sitting on a bus staring out the window just thinking, wish I could see the old Hill Block dome, you know, but it's gone. Man, I just wish I could like turn around right now and just, the dome would be right behind me. That is it.
That is the original dome from the Hill Block building. They managed to save it and restore it to a degree, and it's in this kind of cool little park here, just about 2 blocks north from where it once stood as an actual topping to a building. So now to tell the true story. I was going down this way on the bus, looked over, and I was like, no, that likeness is too real. So that was a find. I am so happy that I literally was just going down the right road at the right time, looking out the window at the right time, because I could have easily missed it. The old Hill Block Dome. So that was my main focus today. Is if you ever seen pictures of the Hill Block and you think, God, I wish I could have seen that when it was here, all you gotta do is come down to whatever the hell this road is, the roads that cross between Vancouver and Williams Avenue, 2 blocks north of Russell, and you will see the old dome, a relic of the past. And this looks incredibly dangerous, which kind of makes me like it. Anywho, so that was my brief stop through Albina. I wanted to just primarily come here to show you the old dome and to show you just a couple of tidbits of some cool other places that are in the neighborhood. But that's a wrap. I will see you guys next time.